Making effective palm cards is a key part to your speech, and it's your palm cards that will help you to be effective or not. Now, most of you will try to really cut down the amount of words on your palm cards, but there is still a high portion of you that rely on the entire script. And that actually can be your undoing. And I've said this before, it's hard to find your place on them. And you just get the tendency to read. You look down and then you just never look up. And that's not presenting. That's reading aloud. And that's, you can't be assessed on your ability to read aloud. So we're just going to go through, well, how do you make these? So the goals of your palm cards, they need to be useful for you. The phrases you put on there are prompts for you. It should only be phrases, not sentences. So we're looking at about 3 to 4 words in a phrase. And you won't believe me, but less is actually more. It's easier to look down. It's quicker to look down. And so you spend your time then actually looking up and engaging with the audience. The aim is you want 6 points of 6 words on 6 palm cards. So this breaks it down then that you would have generally about 1 palm card per paragraph. And you've broken that down into just the key phrases. Now, the step 1 is you need to read over and rehearse your script. You need to say it aloud and you need to get into the flow because you need to check if there are words on there that you stumble over or phrases that sound clunky when you pronounce them. And as you're saying it, every time you need to look down at your script, you need to highlight the phrases there, and that's your prompt. And another word for a prompt is a cue. You need to repeat that process until you really bring it down, so you're just getting into the 6 points per paragraph. So the highlighted phrases are your prompts. Another word, as I said, is a cue. It's a reminder. It's a trigger for your memory. They're these little phrases that when you say them, your brain remembers what's going to come next. So I took the comparison paragraph that I did in an earlier tutorial, and this is what mine's broken down into. Now, I haven't highlighted this first part because that's my representation. So it should be really easy for me to remember because it is something that I'm saying throughout the speech. It is the key part of my speech. And you could have that one sentence on your visual, which is there to remind you. So then I've just gone through and I'm reminding myself about the techniques and what they do. Technique, what it does. Okay, what it does, technique. Technique, what it does. Because that's the key thing. Once I say, oh, camera angle, yep, the mid-level shot, it does this. And all I've done then is copy those. And this is now my paragraph, palm card. So I've got, this is the paragraph. It's my comparison one. I could even write up there, paragraph 3. And these are the phrases. So it might not seem like much, but I can use these because I have rehearsed this over and over. Preparation is key. You need to be saying your script over and over and over. Record yourself. Listen to it. That's how you get it down to this, and that is how you will get into the A's and stay in the A's for speeches. Here's the overviews. 1 palm card per paragraph of the speech. 6 points of 6 words to remind you, and rehearsal is the key thing. And now when it comes to printing, you want to print these so that they're palm sized, and that's generally when you print them as 2 slides per page or 4 slides per page. I'm a bit older, so I will probably print mine if I did it at 2 per page because I need glasses, but it needs to work for you. So if you can work on a smaller one, use that. Otherwise, 2 per page is just a bit bigger than your hand, but will still work. So I hope that's helped, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys engage and to try and use these palm card techniques to have a much better speech.